Hello, all. Today we're going to talk about staffing coordinators or the scheduler in the nursing home setting. Those are the ones that can change your life. They are usually the ones that hire you in your facility as a CNA. Some companies let um, a CNA do that job. And some companies prefer to let a nurse, and usually an LPN, do that job. My history with staffing coordinators. Well, the first I can remember was one I had 96, which is a real sweet lady. And I'm not going to call any names on any of them. But the worst experience I had was back a few years ago. I was working a pretty decent schedule. I was working Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Yes, the staffing coordinator agreed for me to do this. And myself and another CNA was assigned to this particular hall. This was considered our hall. So, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the other CNA took care of the hall. And we swapped out every Thursday. One week she would work Thursday, and the other I would work Thursday. It worked out pretty good for a while. But guess what? That previous staffing coordinator gave up his job and someone else in-house took it over. So, the new staffing coordinator, she said, well, we can't do this. You're going to have to go back on the rotation. Okay, so I'll go back on the rotation. Um, Again, I didn't get to get any extra time. I could not have any time for myself. My schedule was pretty much taken up by this staffing coordinator. Every time I was off, the days I was off, even on the new rotation, my phone would just ring constantly for me to fill in for the other rotation. So I ended up working more than I was off. I never got any time to take care of my personal business or whatever. Eventually, I left that facility because I just could not take the stress. It was just too stressful. And then I was driving more than I wanted to the job. Didn't get anything done, and it wasn't in the pay. I mean, even with the extra days, don't seem like my pay turned out that well. Didn't even, it barely reflected on there. The when I would get called in. Um, so I left the facility. Okay, the new facility I worked, I came in and it was before 12-hour shifts. This facility was an 8-hour shift. It was fine, but I think eventually I went before they even went 12 hours. I had asked that staffing coordinator, "Can I have Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays?" She agreed. I had another job with a totally different company, but it was a CNA job at a different nursing home. So I would work at that other nursing home on uh, a couple of my days off, or maybe sometimes I worked 6 days a week. Some okay. The staffing coordinator at the other the local nursing home, or the nursing home that I was working at mainly. Um, she talked me into quitting the other job, and she said she continued to give me those same days, and I could just pick up overtime there. I wouldn't have to do that. I could just fill in there. She had plenty of overtime. Okay, a few months down the line, I don't know how long it was, she cut out overtime. So I was pretty much just stuck in that schedule. So that's one reason I am so against working full time at one nursing home, because once you work full time, it's like your personal life takes a back seat. I mean, and then your money is like, I don't know, everything is just all screwed up. So after a while working that dreadful schedule that this staffing coordinator had fixed for us, and then a new staffing coordinator came in behind her, and she didn't change it either. So I gave it up. So I left because I just could not do that schedule. It was just too hard. It was just it was ridiculous. I think I have explained in a previous post or video. We would work Saturday, Sunday. Wait, no, Friday, Saturday, Sundays. Off one day, work half shift, work two more 12 hours shifts after that. So actually, all you had is one day off. And this was for the benefit of having that next weekend off. You'd have 3-day weekend every other weekend, which was nice, but you only felt like resting. I know that first day after working all those days like that, you only felt like resting that first Friday off. Saturday, you may start doing your house chores and try to finish it all up in a day's time, so you have Sunday to rest, to actually rest. So, like I said, the staffing coordinator can be your friend or a foe. Of course, you want to try to get along with your staffing coordinator because they're over your scheduling. These are the people that you um, talk to if you need time off, if you need extra hours, or whatever in that aspect. But sometimes they can make your life miserable. They can. Um, I don't want to be negative toward them because you do have some nice, understanding staffing coordinators, you know, whether it's a CNA or a nurse. And I understand they have to fill shifts, and that's their main thing, keeping the facility filled with staffing that takes care of the residents. And when they do that, they have a lot to worry about. They have to worry about people calling in, um, and try to get somebody to fill a shift that's not filled. So they have all of those issues. And I would understand their problem if they have people call in. People call in a lot, but as far as myself, they don't have to worry about that with me because I've never had been in the habit of just calling in. I mean, that just really, I mean, why would you want to play with your money like that? I mean, if you're calling in all the time, what's your check gonna look like? But anyway, um, yeah, staffing coordinators can be your friend or they can be your enemy. Um, and a lot of times, I don't know, I just feel like the staffing coordinator, when they come in, they have an agenda. If they're new to the job or to the facility, they have an agenda. Sometimes we're not sure what it is, um, their agenda, other than their staffing. Um, we don't know if it's a negative agenda or a positive agenda. But to me, their agenda should be, at the end of the day, the nursing home that they're working in, or the residents in that nursing home, are they getting quality care through their staffing efforts, or are the residents getting quantity care? Are they making sure the residents, there's the right amount of staffing per shift, per duties assigned, or whatever the time of day? Do they have enough staff on hand to take care of those needs? Um, or are they more concerned with um, what they feel the ratio should be, but not reasonably what it is or should be? They're feeling what they think it should be, but not it's not a reasonable logic of what it should be. Are they looking at the residents that have to be? Are they taking everything into consideration when they come into a facility and do the staffing? Of course, it's not just the staffing coordinator. The staffing coordinator is just one person in the ball game. You got people over them. The nursing home setting, most of the time, the nursing home is run by an administrator. Then you got your DON, and then you got your nurses under the DON, uh, like the staffing coordinator and all the other nurses and staff that's under them. Um, it's got to be somebody who cares, you know, who cares about the residents and the people that are taking care of the residents. Because most of the time, if you take care of the people that are taking care of the residents, it all reflects in everything. It just reflects in how smooth things go in a given shift or given facility. It all makes a difference. If somebody cares that is in management or whatever, staffing, whatever, all of that. Because if there's not enough CNAs, then well, somebody may not get the proper care they need due to a CNA being overwhelmed, having too many people to take care of in a given time of that particular whatever the shift may be. Um, I haven't worked night shift in a long time, but I know that the day shift, if you're working 12-hour shifts during the day, most of the time um, you're gonna have like you're gonna have 3 meals. You're gonna have 3 meals to do. You've got your bathing to do and all of that. Um, and it's according to what time you come in. If you come in from 6 to 6, like 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., um, you will uh, just have more to do. It's just more to do on that shift. Not saying that nights don't, because they have their problems too. But like I said, if the staffing issues, if those in charge really care about their residents, the people that really pays everybody's paycheck, because if those people are not in there, none of us would have a reason to come to work. So you want to make sure that you got every aspect taken care of for these people to live their days out in the setting that they've been placed in, which is in the care of the staff at the nursing home. Their families have put them in trust to this facility to take care of their mom, their dad, their brother, their sister, their whoever, their child even. So if you're not staffing correctly for these people to be taken care of, then why are you there? Why are you there? You need to make sure that there's enough staff or CNAs and nurses. And don't overwhelm your nurses or your CNAs. so these people can get the proper care that they need. Okay, thank you. That's all I have to say about staffing.